Among the flagship capabilities and unique features of the Zacks analytic framework is the ability to create custom composites, which are essentially a bottom-up reconstruction of a market basket of equities. Users can perform 4 broad types of analyses in the Zacks research system for these composites. One is that you can perform complete growth, valuation, and fundamental charting on composites relative to any S&P, Russell, or custom benchmark, as you're seeing here. 2 is that you can perform discounted earnings modeling analysis for composites, just as you can do for individual equities in the Zacks valuation model. Number 3 is that you can generate complete income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statements for composites, just as you would do normally for individual equities. And number 4 is that you can track earnings estimate revisions coming in from the consensus of sell-side analysts for composites, again, just as you would do for individual equities. Composites can be like a market index benchmark, like the Russell 1000 or S&P 500. It can also be sectors within those benchmarks, like the Russell 1000 Energy. Or you can even bring up sector-style combinations, as we're doing right now, by looking at the Russell 1000 Value Consumer Discretionary sector. To see a complete listing of all of our S&P and Russell composite proxies, simply click on the small magnifying glass next to the ticker box on the top left here. Select the drop-down menu, and then select from either the S&P composite proxies or the Russell composite proxies. And of course, composites can also be your own portfolios. To build your own, click the Composites tab at the top of the ZRS toolbar. The ensuing window will display your own library of composites, as you can see here. To create a new composite, select New. You can then choose to either enter tickers in manually one by one, or you can import from a batch file. Composites can be based on a variety of weighting methodologies, including market value weighted, equal weighted, or custom weighted. You may specify the number of shares or weights by company or ticker, which allow you to dictate the individual stock weightings. These values can be imported from the file, or they can be manually entered, as you can see here. Once you've set up your portfolio with your holdings and choice of weighting, assign your composite a ticker. This will be your own unique ticker identifier, which can contain letters and numbers. Then you can assign a name for this portfolio. Then go ahead and hit Save. The software will then use your selected weighting method to calculate all portfolio-weighted fundamentals once the composite is saved and all data is calibrated. This process typically takes about 15 to 20 minutes after you've saved your composite. Once your composite is saved and ready, simply invoke it by entering the custom ticker you assigned to it into the main ZRS ticker box. Then you can jump into any fundamental chart, custom charts, or saved pitch books to navigate your workflows with one simple click navigation. For bottom-up analysis, you can decompose the composite into its individual constituents by clicking on the plus button next to the ticker box. Then you can click the minus button to then re-aggregate it back into the composite. As we mentioned earlier, you can also utilize the powerful Zacks valuation model for your portfolio, index benchmark, and sector analysis. The modified DDM methodology that the model utilizes balances a company's fundamental growth forecast with the macroeconomic risk appetite quantified by our equity risk premium. This can be a powerful method for assessing your portfolio's base case, optimistic, and pessimistic scenarios for model returns. As an example of the type of analysis a user can perform, consider the following example. Let's take a look at the valuation of the Russell 1000 market weighted versus the Russell 1000 equal weighted. The result is depressed valuation metrics across the board, many of which are at or exceed -1 standard deviation below their 15-year averages. The illustration is even more pronounced when we compare the Russell 1000 with the Russell 2000, denoted by the composite ticker RUS2M. In this quick analysis, we've revealed that large capitalization equities are trading at all-time low valuations relative to the small cap universe. Put differently, small caps are approaching their all-time high valuations relative to the large cap universe. Similar observations can be made when comparing the Russell 1000 market valuated versus any other small cap index. In summary, composites can be a powerful method for evaluating your portfolio's fundamental value, growth, and efficiency relative to any benchmark of your choosing. The Zacks system can also synchronize with your Advent accounting system to seamlessly import your portfolios on a daily basis to update your composites. For further information, or to learn more about how to use composites in the ZRS Equity Framework, contact your Zacks account manager.